Orchinistas! Welcome to the channel Forever Orchids. My name is Tracy, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. Hopefully you just got through watching the last video that I posted for that Orchid Society show that was at the J.C. Ralston Arboretum in Raleigh, North Carolina. Guess what, guys? I actually had a plant that was entered in one of the exhibits at that show. And of all things, look at this. Do you know what this is? This is a trophy award. This Phalaenopsis here, which is Phalaenopsis Chia Yenlin, and I've talked about this plant before, how this is one of my most prolific plants. It is constantly growing roots, constantly growing new leaves, and is in bloom. Just as soon as the blooms fade, another spike has already started growing. This bloom spike here is growing and blooming, and it's got a root tip growing out the back end. Most prolific Phalaenopsis I have ever seen. And it won, for its class, it won first place. And then, of all the Phalaenopsis that were there at that show, the judges decided to give this one a trophy award for the best Phalaenopsis alliance. I'm shocked. I look at all the Phalaenopsis that were there and I'm like, what makes this one so special? Why did they choose this one over all the other ones, especially the big ones? And there were some that were gorgeous flowers, but they chose this one. And it has flat flowers, I was told. The petals are very nice and flat. Let's see if we can get it turned around and you can kind of see how flat that is. Had a light source kind of pointed towards it. I don't know if that makes the colors pop. I'm starting to learn that at Orchid Society shows, I do feel like the lighting is so very important on the plants, and it just helps the colors pop on them. It just kind of makes them go, hey, wow, look at me, judges, for lack of a better thing. And I just wanted to quickly show you this plant. I'm pretty excited about that it won the trophy award. Now, a lot of the Orchid Societies, a trophy award also comes with a monetary prize. So I did get a very small monetary prize with this award. And I am just so thankful. Thank you, judges, for naming this the best in your entire show. It's just phenomenal. I don't want to move this one aside. They also give you, it's something new. Well, I won't say that it's new because I haven't ever won anything, from the Triangle Orchid Society. But they give out a little certificate. And it's really nice here. Best Phalaenopsis Alliance, who sponsored the award, and for what show it was, what the plant name is. And that was just a nice little extra little added detail that was very fun. Okay, now we'll move this one aside. Maybe right here, maybe you can still see it. Maybe it'll still be in the shot. So I did really well. I behaved myself very well at the show. There were vendors there. Yeah, but I only bought one plant. Y'all would be so proud of me. I only got one plant. And this is what I got. Does anybody know what this is? And I'm going to bring it up closer. I really hope that camera is going to focus on those flowers. Kind of not been doing a good job of focusing here lately, but hopefully it will. I forgot to turn the overhead light on while I'm filming this, so I hope this won't turn out too dark. Anyway, so this is a Habernia, and I'll put the name right here across the bottom. This is a species. This is the rhodocheila, and I've seen it spelled different ways, so hopefully the tag is spelled correctly. But this is a terrestrial orchid. Now, you've heard me talk about epiphytic. Epiphytic, the majority of your orchids are epiphytic. That means that they grow on trees. Lipophytic is another term for terrestrial. that means that they're growing in the ground. Terrestrial, this is growing in the ground. This has tubers, like some of your perennials that you're familiar with that have tubers. So this we'll have to do a spotlight on this at a different time. This is an orchid that I am going to learn about, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me on how we are going to learn about this orchid and take care of this orchid. It is one that, if I'm not mistaken, it will totally die back, like a perennial will in your garden. It'll totally die back. It will give it a slight dry winter rest, no fertilizing, and in the spring, we'll start seeing new growth come up, and it'll start the cycle all over again. So I'm excited. That's about as much as I know about them. The first time I saw this plant, this particular species, not species, genre of orchids, was last year at the Triangle Orchid Society show that I went to, and I filmed that, and you can go back and watch that one as well. And that was the first time I'd ever seen this, and I was like, that's an orchid. What is it? And I just think it's so cool. And so I've got this one, mainly got it with a lot of buds yet to still open. And that way I can enjoy the blooms longer. And that's about it that I know about it. We've got real thin leaves on it. It's not thick leaves like your Cattleyas or your Phalaenopsis. So it's going to, I also believe this is one that takes a lot of water in the summertime. And like I said, we should do a spotlight on this once I've got it in my environment, growing it a little bit longer, see if we can get it to rebloom next year, hopefully with more blooms. But that's about all I've got for today. One other thing, wait a minute, hold your orchids. Don't you press that button and go anywhere. You stay right here. I want to give a shout out to a follower of this channel, and she was so excited, and I was so excited to meet her at the show. She recognized me. I was videotaping the show, and she recognized me, and so we took a little selfie together. So she's got that selfie picture. But I just wanted to say hi, Carolina, and if you're watching this video, thank you so much for stopping me and letting us briefly chat. I'm quite sure we'll see each other in the future. And until next time, guys, happy orchid growing. Bye.